Hello, welcome to Jibrin Angle on Oweleke TV. My name is Jibrin, and this is my angle. I don't know why today it has to be. I'm really coming after Arise TV hosts. The previous monologue I did was against Ruben Abate. This time around, I think it's about RUFAI OSENI. I'll be playing this video thereafter. I'll come back to give my comment on why I played the video in the first place, or the purpose of this monologue.
Dangote is the pride of Nigeria. Anybody that doesn't like what I said just now, to forget it. He decided to invest. Is it not in this country people steal money and go and put it in sockaway tanks, Shalanga, or they put it in Swiss bank? For whatever it's worth, he put this money in this country. There are many billionaires that even have more money that can't do what Dangote has done. They will never invest and take a chance on this country. It's a pride of Nigeria. If you are saying the only man that has a working refinery in this country, producing PMS of this capacity, is it not Dangote? It's not the pride of Nigeria. Anybody that doesn't want to take that fact, they should not internalize that fact. If I know this thing I've said is going to pain some people, but I speak it is the truth as far as I'm concerned. So please, we can only support him and ensure that all of those people that are performing this cabalocracy can stop, especially any mortar connection in any corner.
All right. For those of you who are returning viewers, you already know, how I feel about RUFAI. Yeah, just like better than Ruben, RUFAI, at least he does some things correctly. Sometimes, most times correctly, but I consider him a hypocrite in some, relatively a hypocrite, but that's not the point now. Now, he talked about Dangote and they kind of rain a whole lot of accolades on Dangote. In reality, I don't know. That the way he was so aggressive about in the defense of Dangote sounded as if this man is not just. It sounded as if he is the spokesperson or the salesman or sales manager of Dangote, or even worse still, that he's been paid by Dangote to market their brand, a sort of. So, but in reality, that's not the purpose I made. Why I made this video is because I'm making this monologue is because he talked about Dangote and praised Dangote, how patriotic, how good, how risky he took, how nice how patriotic he is to Nigeria. Hell no. Patriotism, no. That is not the reason why. Dangote is a businessman. Any and every businessman sees a potential in an environment and sows a seed that he or she thinks that seed will not only germinate but will blossom a sort of into a tree. And that is just it. You ask yourself, why is Dangote localized? Why is Dangote Group localized? Dangote does not. I don't know. For those of you, in case you know, you have the information of any other country that Dangote has investment, like what he's doing in Nigeria, in manufacturing, in oil and gas, in importation, retail selling, wholesale selling, trading, all those. Please, if you know, have proof that he has such businesses in other countries. Please let me know. And the country has such business. The business and the country has such business in. Other than that, I think to my best of knowledge, Dangote's business is localized. And it's localized. Everybody knows it. First, I'll come back to his entire business. In the oil, the refinery of a thing, what do you expect? If I had his money, as a businessman, I'm a businessman too. If I had his money, I would do the same thing. For God's sake. And I will invest. Which businessman who can afford it wouldn't invest in such a situation where you have our 3 major refineries in shambles, not doing well? And besides, corruption has pervaded the entire or the entire refining industry, not just refining, the entire oil industry in Nigeria. So at this juncture, coming out as the first and the only private oil producing or refining company, it's the most lucrative idea anyone can have in mind. That is just it. So Dangote, stop that praises of Dangote, whatever. What the hell? I don't know, Rufai. Probably Dangote should hire you as his marketing manager or sales manager. Yeah, marketing manager to market the brand for him, because I don't see anything peculiar, anything unique, anything that stands out that Dangote has done or is doing for Nigeria or in Nigeria. Dangote has been selfish, self-seeking, self-centered. That is just it. He's been greedy. He's a greedy businessman. He has bulldozed. He keeps bulldozing everyone. This time around, it's finding it difficult to bulldoze people in the oil industry, because Tinubu is involved in the oil industry as well, because we all know that Tinubu has hand in. Of course, it's not even having hand. The NNPCL has sold the entire retail outlets, gas stations to Tinubu's company. You ask me who told you it's Tinubu? Yeah, everybody knows Owando belongs to Tinubu by default, because the CEO of Owando is Tinubu's nephew. So, and Owando is the company that actually bought the entire retail, NNPCL retail outfits. So he has Tinubu to contend with. So that's why Dangote is having a little kind of a resistance and difficulty in manipulating the oil industry as well. He has manipulated everything. He has manipulated the cement industry. He has manipulated the importation industry. He has manipulated everything. He's into virtually most of these different industries right now. I can't even remember some of them. So he has manipulated and still manipulating everything. Monopolizing, I think that's the right word. It's manipulating the system and monopolizing the entire business climb in Nigeria. He's just pushing everyone aside. I think there is one other cement company that does an international cement company that is just announced their closure of business in Nigeria. I will be talking about that in, I think, either in my monologue or a dialogue. I'll be having someone on the show later. But that's just the point. So Rufai should just go shut his mouth up, because Dangote has done nothing extraordinary. If I were in Dangote's shoes, I would do the same thing. And that is just it. There's nothing. Dangote is not doing it out of patriotism. Dangote is oppressing. Is oppressive in nature, oppressing Nigeria and Nigerians, oppressing other businessmen. And that's why he hobnobs and dilly-dials and flirts around all successive governments. That is what it does. Whichever government comes into, what it does is just sits down and watch the tempo. And that's why he's not a political person. He doesn't come out publicly to talk about politics, because the guy is smart. He on his own is just a business in an investor. So investors like that, they are disciplined with politics, with public affairs or public announcement or public utterances or pronouncements. So he takes his time to study the political environment before he actually takes sides. The moment he senses, okay, this thing is going my way, he takes side, and taking side, he doesn't even come out to talk about it publicly. He just starts contributing money to the person's political campaign. So the guy is just he's just a rapacious, smart businessman who wants to just be the only one doing everything in Nigeria. He wants to be the pivot of Nigeria's economy. And I hope we don't let that be, because that means he will be the one that dictates the prices of our most essential goods and commodities. Is sort of so. I think that says it all. So please, people should stop praising Dangote. You all, not just RUFAI. Everyone should stop praising Dangote. Dangote is just doing what Dangote loves or what interests him. What is just Dangote is doing what is in Dangote's interest. That is just it. That is my angle.